Hello, my gorgeous AI aficionados. How are you doing? Now, before I get started, let me take a moment to say you are looking particularly fabulous today. It has been far too long. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Layla, are you going to try and make AI governance fun? And let me tell you something straight. No, because it's just not possible. AI governance is serious business. But what we are going to do today is enjoy ourselves while we do it. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to ask you to grab a pen and paper or your favorite note taker, and we are going to make the next clean decision in protecting your business around AI today, together. So, I've talked about this for 15 years in seminars and presentations alongside trillion-dollar companies. And as your fractional Chief AI Officer today, I'm going to tell you that what still surprises me is just how many leaders are still working in ways that makes the challenge of keeping up with technology harder than it needs to be. And let me tell you something. Choosing to delay a decision is still a decision. Now, hear me out. I've advised CXOs, led teams, built, deployed, scaled, and even overseen AI systems across the globe. And none of what I'm about to describe is our fault. This job that I do, my day-to-day, even I have trouble keeping up with the rate that things are moving. So I'm going to share something. The way we react across all extremes in adapting to new technology is genuinely not a failure of leadership. It's about who we are as human beings. It's about our inherent biology. We have beautifully overdeveloped prefrontal cortexes fighting with our limbic system and our reptilian brain. The constant battle between our appetite for risk and reward and still an overwhelming need for safety. AI has begun to expose something deeper in how we make decisions, because leaders are still operating through structures designed for a pre-big data world. Shocking, I know, given we crossed that threshold back in 2012. Or did we? A slower pace once worked. Even in highly competitive environments, you had enough buffer to process what was happening, if not during the event, at least after. With AI, there's no after. You just keep tripping through into the next thing. You're efficient, your productivity is maximized, but your nervous system is being fried by multiple AI systems. Before, if you delayed a decision, everyone else was on the same schedule. Now, information moves faster, and so do the consequences. So here's what's happening right now. While leaders are still figuring out their AI strategy, tools are already being used. Data is already moving and decisions are being made inside systems without any governance to hold any of it properly. Now, notice how we've gone from having a conversation about leadership and consequences to talking about the next tougher layer, the hidden cost of pretending AI can sit safely in silos, usually with a tech team, whilst leadership stays slightly removed. In this world, nobody and everybody owns a plan. And the lack of discussion gets mistaken for everything being fine and in order. Gartner predicts that by 2028, 25% of all enterprise Gen AI applications, easy for me to say, will experience at least 5 minor security incidences per year. As businesses build and integrate agentic AI, a whole new world of attack vectors and underdeveloped security practices will dramatically elevate risk exposure. Which brings us beautifully back to AI governance. In recent years, I've helped develop some of the earliest frameworks and thought leadership around AI governance. Everyone has their own take because we do love a framework. But essentially what we're doing is operationalizing on how we integrate and use AI. Keeping users, whether businesses or clients, safe, accountable, trusted, protected, and of course, commercially viable. What's clear is that AI changes more than tools. It changes pressure on judgment. It changes how leaders make decisions. It demands clarity of ownership at the executive level. You cannot delegate it away. The key to executing the right AI strategy and maintaining real control and leadership over it is having the right governance in place. So, how do successful organizations deal with this? It's simpler than you think, and you and I are going to do it right now. Remember that piece of paper we talked about? I'm going to need you to split it into 3 sections. We are going to walk through this together. Before we do anything though, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. 1, take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. 2, perfection is not what's needed here, only presence. 3, what you want out of this simple exercise is just the next clean step. That's it. You ready? Let's go. Section 1. Think about the immediate decisions you need to make right now around AI. This week, this quarter, by the end of the year. Let it be messy. Let it be true. Just make a quick list. I know we're going really fast here. It might be too fast. So save this recording for later and work through it at your own pace. Now, next to each item, ask yourself, who needs to make this decision? Who gives the go-ahead? Write it down. Name names, write initials. We're not creating a criminal master plan here that could be used in evidence. That's a completely different course I'm rolling out at the end of this year. Invite only. Now, this is where it gets serious. If you can't identify who owns the decision, congratulations. You've just entered governance territory, and you are doing brilliantly. Now, circle the one thing on that list you need to deal with right now. Not necessarily the easiest or the hardest, just the one thing that's time constrained. Your nervous system and your organization need proof of execution, so start there. Now, we're on to the second bit. So, you've identified the one thing you are going to do. Write down who else is involved, what's missing from the decision-making process. Think people, process, and technology, just like the big consultants like to remind you. It could be green-lighting a new software buy, a new hire, an education program. Don't overthink it, let it flow. Finally, the third bit. Looking at the decision and the people involved. What's missing? What is the one next action needed to execute? A call, an email, a sign-off? Go smart. In order to carry out the following, I need to involve this person by this date and this time. And that's it. What we just did isn't grand or magical. It's quite mundane, honestly. In fact, you were probably bored halfway through it. But what you just unlocked is the beginning of a governance process that most organizations struggling with AI never implement. And what you've literally done is created a pathway to ownership, visibility, decision-making, and consequence. That is where the real value of governance manifests. If you want to go further, join the CAIO Executive Masterclass, From AI Pressure to Commercial Value. It's a live executive session. You'll leave with a practical governance action map you can take straight back to your leadership team, designed to give you clarity, strengthen, and connect AI activity to commercial return. We'll work through how to strengthen governance, reduce unnecessary risk, and stop AI from becoming an expensive source of drift, noise, and lost POCs. If you want to go deeper still, the CAIO Executive Course, which is 6 weeks, helps you turn this into a real executable roadmap that can support your AI decisions around revenue and risk. The link is attached, or head to the website. In our time together, I'll bring my background as a scientist, AI systems architect, and a business leader who has supported multi-million-dollar AI portfolios and learned some hard truths along the way. I'll deliver with honesty, care, and almost zero filter. Almost. Think of me as your fractional chief AI officer. I've never done feel-good coaching, and I'm certainly not offering generic consulting. What I am offering is evidence-based clarity, commercial realism, and the tools you need to lead in an AI-shaped world. I'll see you there.